Nick and his grandmother were always fighting over marriage. She had been setting Nick on blind dates for the past 5 years. Her wish was to see Nick settle down and have children. To motivate Nick and his sister Catherine to get married, she gave a condition that whoever produces an heir first gets to inherit her vast empire. Before we dive into the story, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel so that you do not miss out on the remaining parts of this exciting story. And tell us where you are watching from.
Meet Nick, 30 years old, single, successful, and allergic to commitment. Unless you count his relationship with his hair gel and gym mirror, he did not want anything to do with love. He had seen how his mother endured a loveless relationship with his father for 30 years, and he vowed never to get married. He didn't believe in love. But life? Oh, life was about to give him a twist he didn't see coming. His grandmother had been pestering him to get married before she passed on. "Nicholas, before I go to glory, I need to see you married. And don't think I'm bluffing, I've already picked your wedding dress and colors. I have paid for the venue and catering. Your flowers are lavender and dusty roses. Gran, you've been going to glory since I was 17. You outlived your parrot, 2 husbands, and broke Netflix's password-sharing rules. Nicholas, if you have ever loved me, you will do this for me," his grandmother said. "Seriously, at 30, no heir. Your sister Catherine already has got a boyfriend. She's ahead. Tick-tock, Nicholas. Tick-tock." Little did Nick know, fate had a plot twist just around the corner. The next morning, when Nick was driving his black luxury SUV through the city at night, he slows down when he sees a woman shielding a little boy from 3 street thugs. What in Fast and Furious is going on here? He threw the door open, storms out to help the lady. "Hey, back off or I'll introduce your faces to my bumper." The thugs scatter. Nick turns to the woman, hair messy, clothes torn, eyes fierce, holding her terrified son. "Thank you. They were trying to take my bag and..." "No problem. Get in. You can't be out here with a kid. Come on, I will take you where you are going." Jessie and her 6-year-old son Jay hesitated at first, but Jessie saw how genuinely concerned Nick was and they got inside the car. "Where were you two headed anyway?" "To the city. To find my daddy," Jay said excitedly. "Wait, to find daddy, what is that about?" "It's complicated. I used to work part-time at a hotel. He was someone important there. He doesn't even know about Jay." "So, you don't have his number? Email? Instagram? Carrier pigeon?" "No, we don't have any information. We are just going to hang around the hotels we have identified and see if we can find him." And just as Nick's brain was about to short-circuit from the drama, his phone buzzed. Grandma collapsed. "She's asking for you and your girlfriend." "But I don't have a girlfriend," Nick said, looking at Jessie, and then as he looked at Jay, Nick experienced a light bulb moment. "This is going to sound crazy, but hear me out. What if you two pretend to be my family, fiancé, and son for 3 months? I'll pay you $50,000 in cash." Jessie's eyes opened wide in shock. $50,000? "Yes. You get money, I get grandma off my back. Win-win." He glanced at Jay. "My driver said Jay looked like me when I was a kid. So it's kind of believable." "I can do it, I like you, I love my daddy," said Jay enthusiastically. Such sweet words coming from a little boy melted his heart. Nick was happy that Jay was in for the deal. Now what was left was to convince Jessie. He explained how his grandmother had been making him go on blind dates for the past 5 years so that he could get married. He just wanted to introduce her to the family. They lived together for like 3 months to make the whole deal believable. In public they would need to show affection for each other, but at home there was no need, and they would sleep in separate bedrooms. Jessie understood. She needed the money. The reason why they were looking for Jay's father was to get financial assistance since she had recently lost her job. With that money she can build a nursery and start a business, taking care of little kids and training them. She will never have to worry about money again. Jessie agreed to the proposal. And just like that, a deal was born. "Okay, let's get you cleaned up," Nick said with excitement in his voice. They went to the mall to buy some clothes. Jessie and Jay had fun trying on some expensive outfits. Nick wasn't ready for what came down those stairs. Jessie, now clean, glowing and styled, steps out. Nick literally forgot how to breathe. His breath caught and his jaws dropped. What just happened? He muttered to himself. Jessie looked stunningly beautiful in a cream dress that hugged her curves nicely. Jay was dressed in a mini-suit and said, "Daddy, I'm ready." "Wow, you do look like me, handsome indeed." Nick said lovingly. "I love my daddy." Jay hugged Nick. Nick stiffens at first, and then melts into the warm embrace. One he never got from his own father. Nick was holding back tears, for it was an emotional moment for him. He grew up without much love, hence with this kid expressing so much love was heartwarming. As Nick's luxurious SUV pulled into the long circular driveway of his grandmother's estate, Jesse's grip on his hand tightened ever so slightly. The mansion loomed before them, tall, regal, and intimidating, with white columns, gleaming windows, and ivy climbing up the walls like something out of a Black American version of Bridgerton. Luxury cars lined the driveway, signaling one thing: the whole family was here. Nick stepped out first, adjusting his suit and slipping on a cool, effortless smile. He opened the rear door and helped Jessie out, who now looked like a runway model stepping off a private jet. Her soft curls framed her radiant face, her makeup was flawless, and the dress she wore hugged her in all the right places, elegant, tasteful, but undeniably stunning. Then came Jay in the middle, dressed in a miniature version of Nick's suit, complete with a little bow tie and shiny dress shoes. He looked like Nick's clone, same smile, same twinkle in the eye. The resemblance was uncanny. Nick took a deep breath and held Jesse's left hand, while his right reached down and grabbed Jay's. Inside, the family had gathered in the grand living room. The doors swung open, and all heads turned at once. Nick stepped in first, leading his family with confidence. Jessie followed closely, her posture graceful but alert, while Jay proudly walked between them, holding both their hands like a tiny prince. "Ladies and gentlemen," Nick said with a smile that could sell cologne, "I'd like you to meet Jessie and our son Jay." Aunt Darlene gasped. Uncle Greg choked on a canopy. Catherine tilted her head like a hawk spotting a rabbit. Jessie offered a small wave and an even smaller smile. The crowd erupted, not with applause, but with murmurs. The whispers moved through the room like wildfire. "Nick has a child? Since when?"